Today, we're looking at the potential for Call of Duty to finally be taking a backseat to another FPS game that has been released, being Xdefiant. First off, the main difference that I've noticed between these two games is that Call of Duty players love to play for their killstreaks and often avoid the objective in matches in order to obtain those killstreaks. Since there are no killstreaks in Xdefiant, there isn't much of a point to play for a big killstreak, so a lot more people play the objective to win matches. From my experience, Xdefiant has way more team collaboration to win games. But that's just a general point that I've noticed in the games. Let's look at some specifics. First, the loadouts. Xdefiant uses guns we know from older CODs, and very few of them. Xdefiant has 5 ARs, 4 subs, 3 shotguns, 3 LMGs, 2 marksman rifles, 2 snipers, and 5 pistols. These are very simple loadouts, with all these weapons being primaries except for the pistols, which are the secondaries. These loadouts are similar to the current Call of Duty, except Call of Duty has perks and the equipment kind of works a little bit different. Camos also work very differently in this game, where they have bronze, silver, and gold unlocked at level 50, 75, and 100 respectively. Meanwhile, Call of Duty has about 1,000,001 different camos through different challenges. Now, Xdefiant has a total of 24 guns if you include the one that you get from the Battle Pass for free. That is nothing when you compare it to the current Call of Duty, which features 126 different guns. Obviously, Call of Duty had many games before it which can allow for it to have many more features than Xdefiant, so this obviously shows why Xdefiant has a lot less features in Call of Duty, which you'll see later on in this video. Moving on to the challenges, both feature kind of similar challenges, but obviously Call of Duty has a lot more to unlock. Call of Duty features challenges that unlock calling cards, gain XP, or unlock different types of weapons. Meanwhile, Xdefiant currently just has the starting challenges to unlock the new operator skins and the initial weapons that the game has. Both feature daily challenges for XP, which seems to be where their common ground is right now. Looking at the kill streaks, Call of Duty currently has 28 different kill streaks / score streaks, depending on what you use. If you've ever played Call of Duty, you know how easy it is to get overwhelmed by kill streaks with the constant air support in each match. But Xdefiant doesn't have any of this. Instead, they feature characters with abilities that act as kill streaks, only needing about a 30-second cooldown between each use. They also have ultra abilities, which can be used about once or twice a match, which is a bigger and better kill streak in a way. And the lack of actual kill streaks prevent excessive spawn killing. These character abilities in Xdefiant also limit spawn killing with the use of barriers or shields, for example. On to the matchmaking and game modes. Both games seem to have very fast matchmaking for the most part. Xdefiant could get a little slow in the welcome playlist, as it is for beginners level 25 and under, but otherwise it is fairly quick. As for the modes in matchmaking, Call of Duty features 12 multiplayer modes, whereas Xdefiant features 5 that seem to put their own spin on popular Call of Duty modes. Xdefiant has Team Deathmatch and Domination, which speak for themselves if you've played pretty much any FPS game. There's a Hotshot mode, which kind of acts like Kill Confirmed with a little twist. There's an Occupy mode, which is basically Hardpoint. And then there's an Escort mission, which I'm pretty sure we saw in one of the Black Ops games, but I can't completely remember. Xdefiant's 5 modes are played on 14 different maps, whereas the current Call of Duty's 12 modes are played on 36 different maps. Now, part of the matchmaking / game modes goes into ranked play. When it comes to Call of Duty, it gets a little frustrating for the points I've made earlier. Obviously, in ranked play, you want to win so you can keep climbing up the ranks. But in Call of Duty, ranked play does not matter because people will still try to play for their kill streaks rather than the objective. I know this isn't accurate for every single game, but it does seem to happen quite a bit for the games I've been in at least. I haven't noticed this as much in Xdefiant, as there appears to be more teamwork towards winning the match rather than going for kills. Now obviously Xdefiant hasn't been out for too long, and these are just quick bullet points to compare the two games and seeing where they're both at. Xdefiant has advertised that they will be releasing more and more content with each season, which seems to be promising for the game, and Call of Duty has basically been a rinse and repeat franchise for the better part of 2 decades. So I'm very hopeful that Xdefiant can learn from their mistakes and make a better game than what Call of Duty is today. One last thing I want to mention is that Xdefiant does not have kill cams, so it's harder to see if there are actually hackers in the game or not, but from what I've seen so far, it doesn't really appear that there is. Obviously, that's just my opinion though. And obviously, on the other hand, we know that there are hackers in Call of Duty and they can't really seem to solve the problem themselves. But I've already talked about that in my previous videos, so we won't touch on that any further. All in all, I just wanted to make a pretty quick video on this and try and give Xdefiant a little more light. I do believe there's a lot of promise for Xdefiant, and I really want them to avoid all the mistakes that Call of Duty has made. Their user interfaces are quite simple and user-friendly like Call of Duty used to be. They have their own twist in the FPS genre, and the game seems to balance out quite well, as all character abilities and guns seem to be pretty even, with none really being overpowered. I highly recommend this game, and I am really looking forward to see where Xdefiant goes in the future. Please like and subscribe, and until next time, I'm out.